Right. So, hmm. Um, okay. So, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to read the walls of text. I'm gonna try to read the walls of text as much as I can. And I'm gonna lie to them. Oh, man. Okay. Like it kinda is gonna. Hey, hey, Aaron. Like, my voice is kind of recovering, but it's kind of. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that you exist. And, Melly. Oh. Oh, yeah, you missed that. Uh, there'll be more. There'll definitely be more. There may be one tomorrow. So, all right, I'm gonna try and catch up. It's been a week. Jeez, Christ. Interesting. Yeah, it is scaly. It is a dragon, and the dragon is gaming too. I had a clue. What's been happening, May? Plus forever. Place the platform structure there beginning to whatever rain. Yeah, this is stuff I already went through, so I'm trying to jog my memory over a week or two of not playing this. Listen, be a perfect working order. Torpedo. Hey, Lucky. This is her boyfriend. Stoker's familiar with this device. His foreman Stoker, well, was. Deadening my power somewhat, but I do not sense the depth echo. The machine somehow caused Miss Beaufort's Alright. Those were the mining tools. Red cable was nothing. made these. There's the mine tunnel. Those cases are on a new gangway. They've never had a cave-in. One broke the rocks apart. The reporter woman is trying to find a store. I don't see it anywhere around this body. We'll cover new areas. And we're speculating how these rocks. It's not going to collapse. What was that? The ceiling is no firm was stuck. Only a small number of rocks above the beach. Boiling this straight to the mine as I struck quickly and deliberately against the beam in order to cause as many as you gave in. Maybe a pick or something? Do you think that's what caused Norman's injury? Seems to get him out of it. Well, stay for sure. I did not sense any blood on the rocks or tools nearby outside, though. Safe to investigate for the time being. You just did all this. I don't know the flavor of the stones, all of this. Magic. So he probably died deep in the mines and struck by something deep in the mines. Oh, I was investigating his body when I last stopped before I came down with a cold. Okay. Body of Norman Buford. Flat on his stomach against the ground, limbs spread out to all sides, facing an angle. Poor Mr. Buford. It's difficult to imagine something like this happening. I must say you're taking this rather well. Most people have much colorful reactions to seeing a corpse. I guess it's, what do they call it? Shot. Like it still hasn't hit me yet. Alright. I smell blood. Not a lot, just a small wound somewhere, letting a trickle of it leak out onto the ground. There it is, on the side of his head. With his age, it could have been a fatal wound. You can smell the blood. That's a little frightening. I guess Rocky was right about dragons liking blood. The only wound on the fight is on the side of his head. Was it truly an accident? Love to dig deeper. Clothing, still slightly warm. No signs of rigor mortis yet. He has not been dead for very long. Poor Mr. Buford. If we were faster, do you think we could have helped him in time? It's hard to say. The death may have been instantaneous. Let us concentrate on the facts and not fantasies. We're right, of course. He was likely killed while I was having tea with Lord Fedifort around noontime. I wish I'd had more chances to get to know him. Yeah, Fedifort, by the way, is another dragon. The Winter Dragon. He has one. I've already forgotten. I hear no breathing, as expected. No pulse either. And no ticking of a pocket watch or other device. Norman didn't have a timepiece I remember seeing. It would work from sunrise to sunset. The sun was his clock. A peaceful life, well lived, and likely not some random robbery, given that he had little worth pillaging. Oh man. Taste. There's a metallic taste on his fingertips. And there may be something he was working with before his death. Something else. What could it be? I don't see anything like that around here. Oh, excuse me. The risk could be from any amount of metal equipment. I should see if I'm finding a specific source. Magic. As I suspected, I don't believe this is the place where Mr. Beaufort perished. Are you sure? How do you know? I was attempting to sense Mr. Beaufort's death echo. It's a magical feeling on the spot where his life ended. However, even inside the entrance out of the sun's light, I cannot sense any echo anywhere close by. And that means he wasn't killed in the mine, so Rocky, because it's not so simple. My magic is not infallible. It does not pass as solid evidence with the police. I see. Well, I'm not giving up on Rocky that easy. There must be some way to prove his innocence. Okay. Put the top of the breach access right above. I'm going to pop the gate while I have a look around that small over the manor grounds. I'm not joking again when you come back. Please be careful, Mr. Knox. I return to the common area of the workshop. Miss Cantal, I'm sure you're aware by now of what happened to Mr. Beaufort. I have some questions if you don't mind. Yes, I heard. Absolutely terrible. Norman was so good to the manor grounds, and to all of us, really. Can you tell me where you and your siblings were between when I arrived this morning and now? I'll try. Let's see. We did our maintenance shift this morning. Oh my God, Angie. Oh wow. Oh man. I think that says a lot about you. Let's see, buddy. 7. Just kidding. Hello there. Well, you're not wrong, I guess. Don't have to be like that. I mean, it's not wrong, but anyway, welcome on in. You arrived as fair enough. He does look kind of smoochful. Anyway. Aaron, I had a bit of a cold for about a couple weeks, and took out my voice, and I'm only just now on the mend. I'm only just starting to get it all the way back. So, yeah. This is why I didn't stream this game for like a week. Although I kind of regretted not doing so because I don't like to fall behind. Yeah, it sounds better. Sounds better. See me doing okay reading chats so far. I'm only like 16 minutes in, not counting. Counting talking to you guys. Well, counting talking to you guys. 16 minutes of a 2-hour stream. Hopefully I can make it till then. Sounds like I will. Alright. Anyway, you arrived as soon as we finished. We took a break for lunch. We shared a meal inside our cabin up there. Davey said he was tired and retired to his room to sleep. Gabby and I did some housekeeping in that cabin for about an hour. I left the courtyard as everyone was gathering. That's when I learned of the incident and the lockdown. See, nobody can vouch for the three of you during this time. Where were the others while you went to the courtyard? Well, Davey was asleep in his room, and Davey waited for me at home. Asleep in his room, and Davey waited for me at home. He was out front when I came back. He was out front when I came back. Davey has been asleep all this time. It's, I'd say it's pretty good, but I don't know what LA Noire is like. Maybe I'll watch gameplay of that when I get done here. It's not. I will say this: if I can beat this, I may tackle some Ace Attorney games in the future. Not immediately, but in the future. But I don't know what LA Noire is like, so maybe we'll see about that too. Davey has been asleep all this time. I think so. Oh, God, see him but I didn't see him anywhere else on the grounds. Okay. Grand Theft Auto, but you're a detective. That sounds interesting. More similar to the first Mafia. I'm not sure I've played it. No, I've not played Mafia either, so maybe I'll look at gameplay of that too. So, we're gonna see. Dang. Oops, all the budget's gone, but we have an unfinished game. Here goes nothing. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I hope I'll see him leave. And I didn't see him anywhere else on the grounds. Oh, I think my voice is smoothing over. Waiting for me. Alright. We'll be happy, I can tell you that. Just wait here a moment, Mr. Nuts. Oh man. That's quite a shame. Man. quite a shame. Maybe some meddling happened or some planning went awry. I don't know. You never know. You never know with the game industry and game companies these days. It's like, it's getting kind of bad, but it's been bad for a little bit. All right, you won't be happy, I can tell you that. Just wait a little moment, just for the hot seat. Okay, I don't understand. He's gone. What? Baby. See where your brother went? 2004, 2011. It's not quite Duke Nukem Forever territory, but getting on up there. I don't remember reading over to the next. Dang, a switchboard. I can only imagine. Dang. I say Duke Nukem Forever, but Kirby's Return to Dreamland also had similar issues getting out of the can, but turned out to be a fine game. Of course, Kirby is timeless. Duke Nukem has a tendency to age poorly if you're not careful. Alright, did you see where your brother went? Davey? Nope. Yeah. Grand Theft Auto 6. Maybe they'll get a good game out of this mess, but there's some wild stuff going on about Rockstar. I haven't read all the details, but there's like union busting, stuff like that, layoffs. It's looking a rough go of it. Sorry, Mr. Nazi. Maybe let's not tell lies, so we were one up better than that. Yep. That's the game industry. Yeah. Indies like this. That's what I hope to play a lot on. Indies and older games. This is what I hope to feature some more on my stream. The vicious and potentially troubling. We see Davey again. Please tell me to come speak to him. Yep. These spoochables. Down with him. Davey's whereabouts. Davey can't tell. That's what this is. Such lunch. Brock. I have actually not played that yet, but there's an idea. There's an idea. Might be a little further down the line, but I will get there. I see. Chapter. Right. Brawl. I'll also have to check out Brawl Bar. have to go ahead and get that in a little while, maybe. Help the guy out a little bit. Hyena bought the bar too. Yeah, metal jaw. Sounds cool. And what about maybe can't tell as we're missing such lunchtime. Baby's a good boy. He loves this place. All the workers you can look up to him like a leader. More than 45 for him. I'm not saying he's doing anything. But if somehow escape the grounds, he'll look guilty to the others. Maybe he came here without suspicion being they are each other's alibi. Davy, however, I feel like I better review Irish courtyard, the mines, the gardens, or the workshop. Courtyard. Courtyard is further out. Did anybody notice the unexpected behavior of Mr. Beaufort this afternoon? Did he return to his post at the gate? I do not know. Norman did not return to the gate this afternoon, yes? Must have been somewhere else. I didn't notice anything either. Been working on something in the garden route. If you want to look around there, you can't tell if he's trying to get rid of me, but it seems Beaufort did not return to his gate garden route. Foreman Stoker, you said you were going to investigate on your own. Have you discovered anything of note? Well, you know how I got the big why should I put that stab on the spot like that? Main enemies break your trust. So, pressure staff maintain your professional relationships, even if a murder is involved. Basically, yeah, but you don't gotta skate in the game. So why don't you get around and question everyone? I'm afraid of the truth. Afraid that someone will say something that doesn't work in his favor. Back it open. I don't know. It's kind of hard to ask in the night. Well, yes, it wasn't raining earlier, but now it's raining, and this is his workplace, so we didn't, you know. So maybe he didn't have a jacket. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Somebody said the work in his face. He's right. I am a partial observer. I have little to lose by interrogating this out. What happened? If you talk to him again after I investigated further. Mr. Lester, did anyone attempt to enter or leave through this gate through your ship in the guardhouse? Yes and no. No one tried to go down. You tried to be the grave. Yes. I see. The gates were open and all. Tried so all the ground would have become wet from the rain. You say that someone did try that? Yes. Building demanded to leave. She was refused. Foreman Stoker's orders, yes. Not my orders. Well, regardless. It seems all of our players are still upon the stage. This gate. The main gate to the front board estate has remained closed by arrival this morning. Yes, I think it should learn anything. This look well. We learned anything concerning the workforce and the condition of the mine. Still working on my notes. I have a lot of notes I brought with me. Labor practices, my history, Cold toxicity is this. Sounds like you came prepared for a fight. Are you to make a case against the Metamorph state? I mean, I'm not. Yeah, got it right at the entrance. Give me a little longer and I'll show you a case you won't forget. I should talk to her again after I investigate further. Development of a time. You off the road and reach gardens from here. So we haven't been to the work. Wait, I can reach the common area, the mines, or the gardens from here. The Vorta State Gardens. Old for Mr. Lestrade is still working. Surely someone has told them about Mr. Beaufort's passing. Mr. Lestrade chuckles. I know what you're gonna say, and I don't want much talk about it, okay? I need to finish this work before someone else gets hurt. I can't let that happen. Very well. Take as much time as you need. I know it's painful to think about, but I have a job to do, and I need your help, Mr. Lestrade. You're gonna figure out what happened to Norman. I know I say this every time, but anyone can do it. That's right. I was with Lord Fettifor for until an hour passed. Did you notice anything unusual in that time? Yeah. Sorry. I didn't finish painting the wood fence right. Norman was fixing most of the city to close the paint can and the brushes and get some light of the workshop. After I finished with the paint, I got distracted and went in the courtyard with everyone else. I didn't want to miss out. Right. Both sent me to greet with Lord Fettifor in the courtyard. You were there for the entire hour. Yeah. The answers. Around the corner of the grounds, so you can't see the gardens from there. Norman needed me. You have to come and look for me. You think that spiked me in the mines? I'm not certain yet, but I will know before long. The last place I saw Beaufort was the gardens here. Yeah, had to be. We were working on fixing the fences all day. Nobody paid us any money except you and Henry. Did you notice anything strange? Unusual behavior from Mr. Beaufort or any of the staff? Yes, Norman more quiet than usual. Like he was thinking about something. We were on opposite ends, so. Oh, dang. Of the garden. Yeah. I was painting the bars red while Norman was fixing a couple of the old reposed classrooms. Other than that, the workshop was locked when you ran into me earlier, so I decided to come back and wait in the gardens. I finished Norman was around. Then thinking of it, and I came back to get the wire. The workshop was unlocked. Someone locked it for you. Stoker remarked that Beaufort was carrying the keys rolling down his body. Someone had to, I guess. If they came back in the door, the workshop was unlocked again. So unlocked, and they'll unlock a warehouse when Chuckles wasn't around. Was it deliberately done in secret? Yeah. I have an instruction question for you. I found this fine powdery wet red material on the side of one of the mine cards. Looks like a clay brick. Kind of it's when they can't get good stone. It rubs off real easy. All bricks. Would you happen to know the source? Look around the 7. See that big wall that gets around the garden that gets the back of the house? Of course, it must be as old as the house itself. You believe it's the same material, right? Things be left out of the sun and rain, or whatever else. It's probably crumbling a bit on the outside. Somehow, Carter pushed against the wall with enough force to pick up a streak of red on the side. I just lost control of one and went skidding down a hill and rammed up against the wall. Possibly, but this card is moving a bit little to my investigation. I cannot overlook any detail about how minor red streaks, steep red streaks on the side of the minecart, possibly brick marks. Having help with something under my umbrella of expertise. If I notice anything on the wall, I'll let you know. It's what they were here today. Yeah, and that's about where it's the painful. Be careful, you want to lick it, paint's still wet. I believe I'll pass just as time to do the colorations up and keep it out of trips. Fresh paint says sealed in this post. I assume this is where he left off. Yeah, Norman was fixing the post. I was supposed to go back and paint over it after he got done with it. There's something on the ground here. It appears to be a small pile of rusty nails. Uh-oh. What is it? It's not the nails so much as what they're resting upon. An unfolded piece of paper. It appears to be my invitation to the manor. Oh, yep, it sure is. When was that morning? Norman took my invitation when I arrived this morning. Then he used it to hold the nails he removed from the post. Serves as evidence of where he was and when. Specifically, that he was in this garden until very recently. Yeah, I guess that is important. There were no witnesses besides me, and he ended up wandering off like that. Benavort Manor letter, my invitation, found in the garden where Beaufort was working with nails. Previous whereabouts and activities is always preferable to an eyewitness account. He didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, I guess. So you think something might happen to him while he's standing right there? It's a possibility. Fortunately, even with a cloud cover, he cannot sense the death echo of the sunlight. And he will drown everyone here until nightfall. Thus, I will have to make use of moving evidence like this. There is some sort of true protruding from the ground here. The handle was at an angle with the glass. Oh yeah, almost missed that. Kind of hard to see the grass. Maybe I better take that. Wait, what the? It's a knife. A knife? It's not yours. No way. I don't like knives. It must have been Norman's. It's pretty far from the garden. You dropping it? No. Looked pretty clean. It was stuck in the ground at an angle. Almost like it threw it. Har, edgy. Very sharp. a knife. A knife stuck into the ground at an angle down in the gardens. It could be a weapon. It could have some other meaning. You're a pretty funny guy, Edgy. Pretty funny guy. We don't even know if it actually belongs to Mr. Beaufort. Yeah, true. I don't know if you do. Sorry. There's barbed wire. Barbed wire. Truly a menacing invention. Usually it only sees deployment on the front lines of battle, I thought. Here it is. I put up my fair share of defenses. Got the scars on my fingers to prove it too. This is supposed to protect the real dangerous place. Wire is real sharp and pretty tough to break. Yet someone managed that prove it recently. Yeah. They take that to heck of a tool to break through. Military grade even. Some pretty tricky to repair too. Let's see. This break happened before Mr. Beaufort's incident though. I've yet to find a connection between the two. Make it to your repairs. And please be careful. Good. Sooner I get this fence repaired, the less I have to worry about someone poisoning themselves. Put a new jacket on it. There's an idea. I'm not sure if that works in practice, but maybe, I don't know. The assortment of exotic plants behind the fence here is quite remarkable. Quite toxic. I can sense the poisons from here. And it mustn't feel like you feel the poison affecting you. Because I don't want you to get hurt. I'm sure. Interesting theory, but no. It's more like sensing a solid object hanging in the air that I can feel with my mind. So it doesn't hurt then? Not unless I am somehow afflicted directly. Unfortunately, my draconic nature does not afford me any immunities either. Good to know. Oh, excuse me. Good to know. In that case, maybe you want to keep that behind the fence like everybody else. Don't see anything else. Just comment over it. Oh. The courtyard. Warren Stoker, you said you were going to investigate on your own. Have you discovered anything of note? You tell me you've done your rounds, right? Noticed anything in common with what everyone says? That it actually, despite the scaff being scattered around the grounds during the time of the incident, nobody claims to have seen Beaufort or didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. Yep, a lack of witnesses. Kind of a shame, really. You don't have an alibi for that whole time. The scavengers scattered about, working on their own tasks. However, this does present one new key fact. Somebody is officially lying about their whereabouts, and they will find out within a while. Anyway, no one reported anything unusual. Just doing both its movements. Maybe. However, it would figure out what happened to Norman before the crowd turned to a mob against me. Finished collating the notes. They prepared to make an unofficial. It's like the talk to take my notes with stories. I'm ready to exercise my authority over the situation. Here's the deal. I've got my headline and thesis all figured out. If it passes muster, then I'm taking it straight to them. You are? This is news to me. Not yet, but it will be this afternoon. That's the kind of story the public craves. And the press. You intend to leave the manor and deliver this story to your press. Got that right, handsome. The Rivulet Gazette makes this going on senseless, preventable tragedy. Charming. So you intend to defy my lockdown order and leave before my investigation is finished? Let me run it by you, handsome. I think you'll agree that people deserve to know about this as soon as possible. She is still a suspect. No one may leave the premises yet, and that is not negotiable. I leaked out that, but let's hear it. What are you working on? Professor at the mines. Alright, let's go slow. Professor at the mines. Horror as mine entrance collapses. A veteran worker before our eyes. How's that for an attention grabber? This will bring attention to the dangers of these antiquated coal mines. But you didn't see the accident. As far as I know, nobody saw Beaufort's death action. Details. Look, the important thing was we saw the aftermath and the body. The rest writes itself. So she admitted that Mr. Beaufort was important. Otherwise, she would know. It was certain that Mr. Beaufort was working in the mines for the fatal accident. That's right, handsome. Why else would he be there, huh? And nobody saw him anyplace else. Unfortunately, I feel like that is not entirely the case. You see, Beaufort was not working in the mines. You say that. You got any proof? He was in the mines. He was mining. In the story. As it so happens, they approved they was actually doing today. Because I found this.
Here it is.
Miss Hookwell, remember how I mentioned an invitation I received from Lord Fettifort? I gave it to Beaufort when I arrived earlier. I've only guessed so far. Is that the same invitation? It certainly is. I found it in the garden a short time ago. Mr. Beaufort was using it to hold some nails. Does that matter? He could have said it there any time. Not likely. Mr. Lestrade, it testifies that Beaufort was working on the fence this afternoon. If Beaufort were to leave the garden to work in the mines, why would he leave the invitation and pile of nails behind? I suppose he had pockets to spare. Unless his move to the mines was unplanned. Indeed, he would have let his other job unfinished to start working in the mines. Don't you agree? True. He was assigned to work on the mines today. He probably would have been better equipped for the job. Right, Nopsy. I see your game. I'm gonna give my headliner a rewind, but first, I went in for another interview. Fine. I suppose I could spare a moment. Question for you, Mr. Knox. Is what dragons are allowed to serve. The service was something else entirely. Operations of spy master, drill instructor, weird police. Come on, the public wants to. I'm afraid they'll have to keep on waiting then. Yeah, she's been writing something down for several seconds. Maybe I should try to get her attention. Right, new angle. Death in the depths. Death in the depths. Elderly gardener, lost in mines, pays with his life. You believe that Mr. Beaufort ventured into the mines accidentally, then came back out, only to die at the entrance. That mine is a death trap. A big dark maze of twisting tunnels and low ceilings. He became lost, tired, delirious from cold fumes. When he finally made it out, it was too late. This is quite an elaborate tale. Yeah, tragic, huh? Tragedy sells, Mr. Knoxley. And anyway, you can't prove it happens. There's one minor flaw. And by minor, I mean serious. Because I have reason to believe Beaufort could have gone to the depths of mines. At least not during this time in question. May have approved one in one of his sections. They could go into the depths of the mines because of something he did not have. Okay. Is not. Yeah. Top 9 black witnesses. It was either the red streets or.
Well, actually.
There we go. I take issue with your tale of Mr. Beaufort wandering the depths of the mines. Specifically, he couldn't have. Foreman Stoker claimed that there was only one lantern prepared for today, and it's been missing for some time. Without a light source, Beaufort would not be able to go very far into the mines at all. And clearly Norman was the one with the lantern all along. Not so. The lantern was not found on his body or at the scene. Foreman Stoker can verify this as well. And being that this is the weekend, the built-in lighting inside the mines was being unused, as the operation is closed today. That lantern is turning out to be a tricky business. Alright, so maybe Norman didn't blunder into a dark mine. But that's A-okay with me. There are more than enough dangers at the entrance to the mines, clearly. Even if Norman didn't go to the mines, it's obvious that something happened to him. Something deadly. She's still not giving up. She wants the mining operation to take the blame for what happened, accident or otherwise. Okay. Question is for us. Threaten a police officer. I beg your pardon. I have nothing but the utmost respect for the relevant police. Bully one. You answered my question of what scene. Of course, that's a few moments of hours. Lying to her is gonna work. She's doing it again. Her spirit is strong, I must admit. Let's see what kind of story she comes up with next. So obvious. I've been trying to make hay out of Norman's activities today, but I should be focusing on the accident itself. Once in a lifetime. Even Wolfsheim song. Once in a lifetime. Local reporter on hand to win this mine's first fatal accident in over a decade. There, how's that? I see. Playing up the coincidence angle, are you? And with good reason. People will ask, is it a cover-up? Are the government's safety standards slipping? Only I can find the truth. Having a credible witness on hand to watch this whole thing play out. It could be the start of something big, I tell you. If only it were a coincidence that hadn't cost a man its life. I can tell you're impressed. I'll take any questions you may have now. Very well. I do have a question. Right. Yes. Something else. There's more. Right. But I use a 50-50 lifeline here. So, your bodies are harder from the still was to audience.
See here.
This look well. Unfortunately, I don't believe this. The milk coincidence. You yourself are the reason why. Me? No, I'm not letting you smear my good name in this. I had nothing to do with Norman's death. Not directly, but also, it's no coincidence you were here. Remember when you showed me your invitation? It did not pass Lord Fettifort's eyes as far as we know. Now, why would a reporter be invited to a manor in secret? Someone wanted to anonymously draw the attention of the press. That doesn't change the fact that a man is dead, not does it though? A once in a decade accident on the same day. A reporter is on the scene specifically to investigate safety. Way to take the wind out of these sails, handsome. Are you saying I was being set up all along? Saying someone promised you a story and upheld that promise. Oh, surely you must agree this is all too suspicious. I still say there's room for doubt. Let me just switch a few worlds around, and I'll make it so you see it my way, Hanson. Congratulations. There's a witness in for the case. On the case, right? Heard all about it. So to shake down a child in public. Wish to put it that way, yes. I assure you the boy was. So to remember for the better. Perhaps more people need a good fright now and again. Alright. I do agree that there's something greater than both of us at play. Are you ready to accept that this may not have been an accident? You kidding? The Rivulet Gazette doesn't shy away from a bit of blood and guts. Wednesday on TBS. Deaf Riders versus the Conglomeration and Tony Storm's group versus Julia Hart's group. And it bleeds, it leads. Well, you are not helping maintain your own innocence from humor like that. You think I offer a guy to maybe just make a front page story? That's so ridiculous. I can't even be offended. Very well. So you accept what Buford's death may have not been an accident. It may not have occurred. That's a spread wagon. Last gas. Last gas. Victim of brutal attack crawls but finds his own grave. I don't believe they are intending to entomb him with a mind. Shh, don't worry about that right now. The story of survival and despair. The kids will love it. Garden and mines are right next to each other. Yeah, probably thought Rocky and Eve just around there. May have thought as such, but they weren't. They were in the commons by this time, according to Rocky's claims. Fair assumption. One piece of the process. For walking. But again, the motion was in straight to the minds. Wait, you asked the question. I think it's impossible to reach the mines. I'm pretty sure the gardens. It's not like possible.
Here it is.
The deer Hildy, the shape around the garden is a wall, and this part next to the mines is the access gate. The wall surrounds the entrance to the mines, and the gate was locked at the time. Do you know why the gate was locked? Reasons. I guess I didn't realize the wall went all the way around the mines like that. Simple mistake. You'll be forgiven if you put this story on hold and let me finish my investigation. Guide for details, I'll get that. Well, never backs down when she's hot on the steam. Frantically looking for something to stick. Here's a question. Can you verify actually naturalist teeth? Same way you salivate for the vegetable. Just can't help itself out of the watch, make sure you don't try and skip around. Please admit you do not have all the facts. Alas, for this conquest we're headlined. Well played, Miss Woods. There will be no choice to employ my sort of weapon. Evidence when you're not singing with the wall we want to do. Crucial. You wouldn't dare withhold important evidence from an investigator. How would you ever live? That should be a fun ride. Found this in the trash behind the workshop. Doesn't matter. Garbage. Search for story. I'll never understand the roots of journalists. Don't give me that. I bet my last cup of coffee about the judge. It's worth it. Piece of cloth. There's fresh blood on it. And Norman's little guy around there who's so much for you. Inside this sack, a weapon. You must know. You need to study this. Study this quickly. Like this. Very important. What do you want? The Fetterfort's first scarce to years. Maybe even forever. You've been keeping war with it on this. The baby's something. A lot to say, including something very specific that he wished get on. Good job, man. You have to know it's an active doing investigation. You must not shake. Take me about us and shake. Lord.
You mean this?
Notes I took during my meeting with Lord Fetterfort. It contains information concerning a cult called the Sunbearers. Activity in his own. It's not headlines. Spooky. Not reveal this to anyone. Any one of the staff could be involved. All of them. You think what happened to Norman is related? Maybe he was one of them. I can't say for certain. But Beaufort has known Fetterfort for nearly 50 years. That scenario seems unlikely. Right, well, this is certainly unexpected, but I gotta keep my word. Right. Alright, we've finished this interrogation without dirtying up my rank. only use like one hit coin. Maybe at the big interrogation at the end of the case, we can have that. I have all that. It's like an ordinary sack. What was inside of it when you found it? Sorry. I might have got. Oops. It's empty. So nothing incriminating inside. Finished. So I believe it calls for a closer investigation. Right. That's some small pieces of wood broken up into not much of the wood. That they didn't have any blood on them, so I dumped them out. That way it forced that. Those were walking stick. It was missing from where his body was discovered. Now I see what happened. The killer must have found his walking stick and had to dispose of it in order to cover their tracks. No sense in worrying about that now. Let's have a closer look at the sack he found. Okay, here we go. An old tiny colored slab, large enough to carry a small object. Total dust on the sides, and a bright red blood stain. I checked the bin where I found it and I didn't see anything else that could explain the blood. It was only on the sack. Judging the pattern as being stained, the blood came from outside. There's less blood on the inside. So the sack brushed up against someone who's bleeding. Probably Norman, what do you think? Merely brush up against, or there's another. Sounds stiff and taut when pulled. Burlap, perhaps, somewhat resistant to water sprinkles. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Probably used by the miners for carrying things around. The sack is probably typical mining equipment, yes. It was most likely not brought here from outside. This would go. Did you use the sack to carry anything for your stomach? We know I had no evidence. Why? You smell something funky inside of it? I do. It smells like fuel inside. Something flammable. But well, yeah, it sure does. Not a lot though. Just a little bit of fuel must have spilled out on the inside. Containing fuel or oil must be buried inside of the sack recently. Whatever it was is gone now. Or bitter bits of something inside the sack, flakes or pebbles. No, it's softer than that. Maybe it's coal. The pulverized coal might have collected in the bottom. Ah, yes, that must be it. The sack was used for carrying coal. Failed a sample from the mines for now. Like it could be nuts. Nothing in it now. I wonder why they tossed it. It was likely tossed for obvious reasons. The sack is slightly stretched on one side. He must have been carrying something heavy that stressed the fibers. Not how you can tell that. No wonder they could call you the dashing dark detective of Root Street, handsome. So you saw that. The shaven half managed to stretch the fibers and stack in the direction. Diminished the light damage by powers, and since this is definitely blood on the I think can tell whose blood it is. I'm unfortunately not that skilled. It may not be a feat that any miasma dragon will. It's for so skilled death. Even more stuff to life. Perhaps sad truth is all things die and then decay. How close they are to that point is what our magic can sense. Sad fell behind the words. I'm still asking you to remain on the premise. Alright, at least if we don't know all the facts about Norman stuff. Settling this, and remember what I said about the sun bearers. We don't know whom we can trust in this judge. Mum is the word. Right. If I see or hear anything else that crawls my skin, I'll be sure to let you know quietly. Indeed. If you'll excuse me, I should see what new avenues this sec has provided my investigation. Uh, what's naturally common area? We're often really reach friends from here. Gardens. Spot is it? Could use to make bricks, shred materials, that's with it. Outside of those red clay things. Now, Miss Clementine, look around me. Those are rubbed up against brick walls surrounding the mines in the back of the manor house. Gosh, well, where? Oh. Western Control. Labor rewards responsible. Business that are value with the smokers. Raider that runs the mines lights. Set business. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh man. Hypnotize, hypnotize, sleep, think it's time to sleep. May have come from here. They kept getting reported in my investigation. That's important. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. You've seen him without the glasses. And I moved these stones aside. I found something on the ground. It appears to be made of leather. Looks like it's skin. That's it. There was a knife stuck in the soil near the garden. This is that way with weapons. I see it as more sword knife. What do you think you have for the most? Nonsense. Brown may have thrown it after pulling it back from the garden. And you don't assume he was using a weapon. This, I don't think anyone else would be trying to put your rubber the knife into him to use it. But he was struck down before he could attack. Threatening someone else, maybe was killing something. It's my assumption. What troubles me now that Beaufort's killer chose to keep this altercation to attack Norman himself. Well, with everyone here, this tap all lava and committed any reason. And it could have been brandishing against him. It's this doesn't seem like him at all, though. No, he did not. No, he did not. No, the plants didn't kill him. There's like a blow on his head, and he was dragged out to the mine from the garden. And there's a huge wall blocking off the garden unless you go around. So, yeah, it's easy to miss if you're not like paying attention and trying to get into weeds as much as I kind of have to do in games like this. Even then it can get a little tough. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Hey, oh my god. There's a metallic taste on his fingertips. It may have been something it was working for his death. What could it be? I don't sense anything. That's right, I found the invitation I turned over to him. It was nestled in the grass at the end of the garden, housing a collection of rusty nails that he was hammering into. Okay. Yeah, I'd say it's worth a look. And I'm interested in the game. Yeah, I'm sure you're interested in the game. Yeah. May also be some few more things you're interested in. Hammering into the wood fence to repair broken segment. Of course. He was working on the fence earlier today. Indeed. Floating with rust on his fingers tell me that maybe the last thing you worked on before this happened. The stone whereabouts were the guns. Yeah. Right. Gotcha. Yeah, it's not that kind of game. There's like there's like implied after the fact, like it's like they're like crime scenes, but like no, none of that. Still there when he was killed. Then, and was he moved here? Which shows this was nice. All right. What shows this was no mere accident? A blow to a blunt object. Like, you wouldn't accidentally. Yeah. Crushed to death by rocks after a cave in. No. That is also wrong. Someone attacked Norman below. Either that or that. Alright, well, first line, attack self-defense. Correct. It does. It can go down to C, but I haven't seen it go down further than that. At least C. struggles. But as he held his knife, causing him to throw those tires and fell. With no mind accident. It's brandishing his knife as a weapon. This time, completely around and unfortunately used the person with a key to the knife. Norma was struck in the head after the attack. But he came in with a rush. Covered up or unrelated. Alright. So I got that correct. In the gardens, the fishing always would be large and therefore for the state indicated far side of the house. And we're supposed to have some Strada, the hyena who's missing today. He was working alongside both earlier this. Well, it was so simple. I know it. There are places moved in hidden by a lake. Reminds us of. Oh man. So I got both these right. Okay. All right. One. -10. This could be wrong. See, finish my investigation. But this is yeah. Okay. Okay. It does anyway, because I don't know. Maybe he's clean. I don't know. I'll probably could use a shower after that. Anyway, anyone good. Let's see. running. What specifically having this boat? Right. What specifically? When I was one, was something making it deadly. only made it deadly. But, just trying to. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I see what you mean. Poison plant, hyena. Makes it look like he needs a bath more than a yeah. Oh, what is it? Yep. Try to click. There's my okay. sometime with the missing litter inside. Okay. Body out of the garden. I noticed we know by the location of my invitation that Norma was likely word. Oh my god, the transported body was just up by the surrounding ring. Who was responsible? I don't get it. If he was in the gardens, why take all the time and effort to move him into the mine? Possibilities. One, to delay discovery of his death until after the mines were made accessible again by Foreman Stoker. And two, make his death appear accidental in the event that he was discovered. Ready for what? If it was an act of self-defense, culprit as other events in motion in this encounter was a disruption. Think they're planning to kill someone else? Impossible to say without. Yeah, oh, excuse. That's right. I want to do another sweep of the grounds of the staff. I believe one of them was responsible. Oh, they passed through the gate without the key and without being noticed by anyone. It's happened to well in my finds to Lord Fettif. He may be able to help. So I hope I didn't get in your way too much. I will do anything to clear Rocky's name. Helpful Miss Clementine, thank you. Rock, you must be worried. Let's get you back to the courtyard. Bettiford State Courtyard mid Henry. I would like to meet with Lord Fettiford again. Could you let me inside? Now hold on, you're gonna tell us what's going on. You said you're gonna accuse one of us of murder. Lord Fettiford is the owner of this estate. He has the right to know what's happening, and I have yet to. Now you think Percival is responsible. When is this little crusade of yours going to end exactly? When I know the truth. Right, dear Mr. Knox, he knows what he is doing. The sooner he figures everything out, the sooner we can go back home. Neve, sweetie, you're missing the problem. If he can't figure this out, then that leaves us in one of two places. Either we're stuck here indefinitely, or he names somebody so he can put an end to all this. And right now, I'm still the number one suspect. Someone carried Norman's body to the mines. Yeah. I believe your lantern was part of the murder weapon. Yeah, the original declaration stands. Anyone who attempts to leave the grounds will be admitting guilt. While my focus is on the staff presently, I'll ask any guests to remain on the grounds until I give all clear. Lester, please take me to Lord Fettiford's chamber. Did you hear me? Yes. Please wait while I open the main doors. I know Fettiford demands his privacy, but this is urgent. I was never the best parent. Norman has been here since the start. Percival isn't going to take this news well. Oh dear. Like someone to accompany you, Mr. Knox. Thank you, but no. We have other matters to discuss as well. Private matters from one dragon to another. If you would excuse me. State Manor parlor room. Thank you, Henry. I'll just wait here. Henry. Nazi, you returned. Come, sit down. Yeah, you startled me. Again, apologies. I was by the bookshelves in the corner doing some right. Yeah, something you may enjoy. It includes specimens you may find in my book. Not just plant guide. Fediver's reading material includes information on poisonous plants in the garden. Thank you. It'll be good to know as much about the garden as possible. Lord Fettifort. Have you spoken to anyone since our previous meeting? No. What do you ask? It's about Norman Beaufort. He was found dead this afternoon. Oh, oh, no. I'm sorry. Did you happen to see anything from your window over the garden? Anything at all? I did. When it's raining, I like to listen to the sound of my chamber and do some reading by candlelight. I have reason to believe one of the staff was responsible, and anyone have any animosity toward Mr. Bedford. I told them. Please speak to my staff. Henry, I do not know what goes on outside these walls. That is what we stand. Permission, I would like to investigate the staff report. Deny. What? That this is a murder. Some of you here to investigate the Sunbearers. Do you have evidence? Cold active? Not explicitly. That's why a full investigation is. Do you have a suspect there? Evidence suggests Norman Stoker was either responsible or an accomplice. He is the only one with access to them in the mines. He was attacked in the garden and then moved to the mines. Only Stoker had the key to the gate. There was no way to get the mines from the garden. There is. I've seen the staff use them before from my window to leave from where Stoker afterwards. I can't do that. Still person. Can't have the money that much disrupted. That's why I must ask you to hear. Choose your estate over justice. Well-being of those who work and live here. Norman won't want to see this estate crumble either. Very well. Just know that I will be cooperating with the police fully. They will likely have questions for you. I am no stranger to meddling by the Reveillon police, and their priority is to keep the coal flowing. But to me, they leave my staff alone. And then tell me, there's a secret passage through the staff to show you innocent they'll comply to guilty those. This interesting approach. Lord Fettifort, is the fireplace flue closed? The fireplace is not lit. I smell smoke, wood burning specifically, something in the kitchen. No, fire! The house is on fire! No! Ow! The door, it's jammed. Turn the locking bolt. It's not locked. It's barred from the outside. What? What do we do? Top floor. Only one exit. It's a manageable. This fire is too much to contain by yourself. And on that bombshell, I leave you here. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it's getting way past 2 hours, and I don't know. It was way past 2 hours, and I went way over 2 hours trying to find a solution to that investigation. So we will try to escape the fire next time. That is it. Now, let's find somebody to raid. Probably sleep too. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. It is. I will get. I will get to it momentarily. You should also sleep yourself too. Alright. Alright. Yes. I want sleepy mode to get nappy. Let's range zone again. Yeah, they're doing Legend of Zelda Rando. He's doing the Buki ladder. So give them your best, and we will try to get out of this house later. And I will see you later. Take care. Bye bye.